Knock on, what comes to your mind when you hear a luxurious life? Gold, deserts, dates, sheikhs, oils, and so on. Yes, an Arab country, right. What if we add some more clues to it? The tallest building in the world, a man-made island, the land for best shopping, places covered with picture-taking spots, architectural wonders, 7-star hotels, etc. Now the picture changes more precisely toward the one and only Dubai. Though neighboring Abu Dhabi is the capital of the UAE, Dubai is the largest city in the country, as well as the most visited and more socially accommodating to Western standards. Since our childhood, we have been influenced by the stories of money-giving deserts and the things that are only available in Arab countries. We might even have desired to get a passport and fly towards the land of wonders even once in our lifetime. Our ancestors taught us how Dubai plus hard work can equal money, and gave us advice on how we must raise ourselves into adulthood to visit Dubai, get a job, and earn money, so one day we could be a millionaire or billionaire. What if I said that the way the actual Dubai is not as you have imagined, seen, or heard of it? What if it turns out to be that luxury and high-class life are nothing but a sort of facade that hides the exact truth of the original Dubai? How many of you are aware of the increasing death rates, especially the Indian citizens? You aren't aware, right? Then let me ask you something else. How many of you have witnessed or heard of the living conditions of the employees out there? You haven't thought of it, right? How many of you know about the illegal practices that happen in the country of fantasies, and the atrocities that an individual needs to face upon reaching the wonderland in hope of getting a job with fake promises? Now you have only heard of the name individual. What if I tell you it's your own father, brother, or cousin? Or it could be just you in the future referring to the individual. Can't bear the truth, right? Imagine the list of things that you have pending to complete. The lakhs of debt, thousands of dreams, hundreds of worries, tens of failures, and what you have within you, just zero amount of money. What is the hope that lies then? Yes, the urge to make money. How to make? It is never a matter. The matter that relies upon is where and what. If your answer is Dubai and becoming a millionaire so easily, again you got wrong. The mesmerizing articles and eye-soothing vlogs are nothing but a pure source of marketing strategy. What they tell us and show us are only a small part of the whole country, available only to the richest people of all time. Not for you, the one who suffers, fails over and over, the one who hasn't even touched the pile of money. You can't be into that list of succeeders. There is no time to get shocked. Let's get into the facts. Nah, facts are quite boring. Let me tell you a story. Before the story begins, let me ask you a question. Do you know that primarily Dubai was nothing but a place for fishing surrounded by deserts? Let's travel toward 1095. Dubai was under the control of the British Empire, and by then the only source of income for the natives was fishing. A change from this income source was made when the time fast-forwarded to 1590. That's when they started to dig out pearls and started trading the markets, having exceptional quality pearls. The traders started traveling in and around the world to sell pearls. The main trading ports were located in India, Pakistan, and China. After centuries, the British government was convinced by the sheikhs to build a port at Dubai for trading purposes, which turned out to be a milestone in the era of money-making, as many international traders did benefit from the port. You may get to know the DP World seen on the jerseys of the Royal Challengers, Bangalore. They own this port, and nowadays it's known as the London Gateway Port. As mentioned, even though this port gave immense revenue to the sheikhs, it didn't last very long. Because we live in a shadow world where we can get duplicates of each and every commodity, fake products have started to emerge in the market. This seriously impacted the revenue sector. Then comes the story of modern Dubai, which starts in 1901. This year, Hashir Al Maktoum announced Dubai as a free port. The boon that occurred to the people out there was that there was no charge for the export or import of things using the port. Moreover, a guarantee was applied to the businessman's land in Dubai. 5 years later, the port cargo trade hit around 70,000, and things remained under control again. People were benefiting from trade, and the businessmen did acquire a safe feeling about having land. So it did attract many businessmen there. Then in the year 1930, two things joined forces and shattered the equilibrium of the country: the Great Depression and the Second World War. It created chaos in the lives of the people in Dubai. It introduced poverty, huge losses on the trade networks, everything breaking to the nothingness situation, and a lack of money that made life miserable there. As they couldn't remain in that condition for so long, they tried to start new businesses. This time, it wasn't a trade. This time, Dubai was the port of call. In the year 1938, an American company found something beneath the land of the Arab Emirates that turned out to be an oil reservoir. But that alone doesn't account for selling oils, because they need to be extracted. For extraction purposes, there is a need for oil discs, and for the oil disc to function, a setup is needed to be made. And after building the setup, there sprouted the next issue, which is the need for refining oil. For refining purposes, they need refineries. And this is where Dubai comes in. As you are thinking about why you chose Dubai from the other country, the perk that Dubai has is its central location, which is an advantage for ports and the transportation of oils under the most cost-effective, convenient, and reliable conditions. This is a more attractive course of action for oil companies. Then comes the next turnover, when the existing reign of Hashir al Maktoum comes to an end with his death and a new reign is set out by Said al Maktoum. This leader did have high visions for how to turn Dubai into a global attraction. He dreamed of modifying the existing ways of doing things in Dubai to make this country a hub for tourist explore and the best land for trade centers. In the following year, they started a new business where the commodity is gold. Gold will travel to the hub that is Dubai, and from there it will be exported to various trade centers. And the main thing to be noted is that during that period, the rate of gold in India was double the price that it was in Dubai. This is the sole reason why Dubai became to be known as the hub or city of gold. When it comes to the oil business, the leader of Dubai found out that Dubai lacks oil reservoirs but does have the best geoeconomic locations. So even though they can't provide oils by themselves, they could turn out to be the source that aids in creating the best oil. Thus, Dubai started to build as many ports as were needed for the refining of oils. This could be created by anyone who supplied oils itself, but because it is a highly expensive and risky job to do, Dubai took the risk and achieved its goal of raising the country to a higher level than others. If you are thinking about how this history shows the dark side of Dubai as I insisted upon discussing at the beginning, just think of you. The one who dreams of achieving the desired life by gaining lots of money by working, or as seen in several vlogs and articles. The one who wishes to become a millionaire. The one who is desperate to make family members proud of themselves by achieving greater heights. The one who is in need to gain some money so they could help their family in crisis. The needs of each individual vary depending on their background and neighborhood conditions, but all they need is money. Money that can be spent to travel, eat, shop, live, spend lavishly, save for the future, help those in need, make someone jealous, or build an empire. If things don't work out as they are supposed to, you will feel overwhelmed and discouraged. Then it transforms into a necessity to acquire a job somehow in Dubai. Actually, what is the need for going abroad, specifically to Arab country, when the jobs around there could be done in the native country itself? Yes, indeed, India lacks opportunities to offer. This is the key to the exploitation Arab countries keep an eye on. The only question remaining is, how? As the leader dreamed of transforming Dubai into a land of wonders, they did need many workforces to do their job. In 1958, Sheikh Rashid claimed on developing the existing infrastructure. Till then, Dubai remained a trading mediator. But rather than being a connecting port, Sheikh planned to develop a destination of all time. So there happened the immigration, the arrival of non-Arabians. And the rate of immigrants increased and increased as the development progressed to its peak. The immigrants involved people mainly from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and some from other countries too. If we are looking at the statistics, around 50% of the Dubai population is now Indians, and around 86% of the population is none other than the workforce. In Dubai, the total population is divided into three sectors. One accounts for the luxurious Emirates, the second the highly employed working official, and the third one is workers or low-class people. For the third sector of individuals, the lifestyle and the job to work on are much more hectic than the other two ones. In short, we could say that these people are treated as equals to the slaves of old times. Not everyone is aware of this truth unless and until some list of journalists travel through the unspoken lands and streets of Dubai to capture the slum life people lead there. Only then do many starts to realize the actual behind the scenes of the greatest city of all time. The reports of the secrets lying behind at night in the city are most shocking than we could think of. A city named Dera is a one-stop for any kind of thing. May it be shopping, drinks that to liquor, or even women to hook up with. Many newspaper articles were published based on the secret alliances that happens out in Dubai. More than 12 interviews with influencers, sex seekers, and people close to them revealed that some influencers finance their lifestyles by trading sex for thousands of pounds per night, according to the investigation. But in the case of some other influencers, the higher payment is following social media accounts, because if they have many followers, they get paid more, and the payment for them may be in the form of flights, jewelry, bags, and of course cash. They are paid a minimum of $5,000 per week and can earn up to $20,000 on weekends. If you are thinking it's the same thing that happens all around the world, you are mistaken. Here we are talking about an Arab country, which states they have their own ways of life, but does the opposite. If this is the case for rich and influential people, think of the poor, who need money to pay their debts back, build a house of their own, acquire financial stability to provide better for their family, and so on. Money is a hazardous treasure for them to earn to make a living. And there comes the villain for them: the fake travel agencies. As we have witnessed in several commercial films how these local agencies meet up with many poor individuals, especially the ones with a lower rate of literacy, so they wouldn't get the idea of getting played or fooled. Moreover, their need to earn money will let them forget or never see the truth. These agencies will contact them by promising high-paying jobs than they usually do here and get paid with much better accommodation and food. But for them to reach there, one must pay a huge amount to the agency in the name of flight and visa expenses. Obviously, they won't be having the money to give them, so some will drop the plan while some will get money by borrowing. And upon reaching there, the passport gets seized, their mode of communication gets reduced, and are forced to do hard tasks for prolonged hours, without proper rest and food. The work won't be similar to the one that was offered. But these poor individuals will not have any other option than to continue work. The construction companies will hire these people to get the job done in a shorter period, so they can mold the land into a valuable spot. As we know that normal working hours are just 8-9 hours per day. But these people are forced to work for more than 15 hours, that too under hectic conditions, may it be environmental hazardous present or involvement of risk factors in it. The weather in Dubai is not like that of India. We have seasonal rains here and the winter days and summer days along with it. But out there in Dubai the weather conditions is the extreme. If it's summer, we'll receive the hottest weather, and if it rains, it will be the heaviest, sometimes accompanied by heavy storms. And the workers without protection or precautions should work on the sites, no matter what the atmospheric condition is. And if the risk is worth the payment, then it's okay. But it's not. The payment is not sufficient, not even close to the level of hardships they face. Think of you in that place. Would you be satisfied? Would you be able to work the toughest conditions? No, right. Neither them. That's the sole reason behind the increased death rates of individuals from work sites. The sad part is a huge number of them are covered by our brothers, Indians. The main strategy that these hiring officials follow is the pathetic condition of the workers. The one who has a better living conditions will never go there and work in that horrible situation. It's their helplessness that gets molested. Speaking about their work condition is this much. So think of their accommodation and food supplements. Though the working time is more than the normal time, only hope for them is to take a rest under a nice atmosphere. But what lies before them is the more worse situation than they had conquered in the construction sites. No proper beds, toilet facility, not even distilled water is available. Sometimes they will be allocated to an empty room without any kind of furniture, or anything. If they are lucky, they would be given dormitories to sleep on. For this number of workers, the number of toilets available will be 1 or 2, and further, the food they get will be so short, since the number of people residing is large. But that's not the worst of all. It's the distance they need to travel to reach their resting place. It will be kilometers and kilometers distant from the work site, since the work site will be a core town or city place where they can't provide accommodation for these slaves. It's the hope of each person that one day they will earn enough money to return back to their homes so they could at least sleep properly. Although their minds are stuck with the debt details and family suffering pictures, all they had to do was do the chores, complete the work, and earn money. This motto makes them get up in the morning with sore legs and aching bodies. And what if they didn't make it up to the workstation? The wage will be cut off. And what if they continue their work for a prolonged period? Will catch up with serious illness. If not properly treated, may lead to extreme conditions which result in death. Some others, on seeing this, will hang themselves and surrender to death because of the fear to live. Think of this pathetic condition where one gets afraid of living because of the hectic schedule they need to tackle day by day. On account to remember, Dubai isn't a place that can be marked in the group of a sustainable environment. If it rains, it only takes hours to fill in the flood. Even though the officials are highly investing to make the country more eco-friendly and sustainable, it only gets worse over time. The main negative impact on the atmosphere is the excessive sandstorms and increased pollution resulting in traffic issues out there. We Indians are much aware of the extreme heat which falls back on the summer season. But the heat over Dubai is much worse than what we experience here, especially during the months between May and September. Even though Dubai lacks greenery, since the country is thickened with huge cities and buildings, the countable number of parks are not suitable to experience during the day because of the heat conditions. It's the nightlife ought to be suitable to experience, but the workers can't have it since it's their only rest time during the whole day. Speaking of human interactions, Dubai is the busiest country of all time. People don't have enough time to stop by and check whether you are okay, you need something, or can you be my friend. This setup doesn't get suited to the lives out there. Everyone is focused on getting to the job, finishing it, returning back, and taking a rest. Human interaction would cost a reduction in their time schedule, so they are less bothered by what happens around them, until or unless it affects them. In the new era, the villain post of travel agencies is replaced by job portal sites. As we know right now, LinkedIn, Naukri, Angelica, and several other sites are available for the ones who are in quest of a fine descent and good salary job. As we can't claim they are nothing but fakes, in the shadow of their genuineness many fraud teams are working. By contacting the applicants as they have been hired, come fast to the office and secure your position. As what happens along with the tricks of travel agencies, the same recreates here. The one who has possession of money will go and the others will drop. And the rest would take a loan or borrow money from money lenders and will take the flight. On reaching there, it won't be the same job they have applied for and will get stuck without the money and passport to return back. We all are attracted to the high income figures, denying the fact that the figures you are getting are just calculations of currency conversion plus the cost of living, and the efforts you put to bring the daily bread is far higher than your own country. Many examples just around us got fooled of many job opportunities and hiring calls which ended up in leading a suffering life by taking money out of pocket to survive there. Can't save money for the future, only can give them back for their own benefit. Moreover, Dubai is in a hurry of extracting Western culture itself, so it could attract more foreigners to come and settle down. This too occurred a negative impact on the immigrants since new buildings and construction works in favor to establish the Western taste around here came into existence. The main thing to build was huge hotels and high-starred restaurants. According to the news lately, what we have pictured in the early 90 seconds is still happening in this 21st century. The slavery. The story begins again. The same sorrowful cries are hitting the walls. The same hardships are lived again. If you think all these are false stories and fake news, it's just the truth that you aren't aware of. How low-income families are surviving in this huge world. How their hopes and dreams enchained to the fantasies they heard about King Dubai. Still, if you are thinking that it depends upon the work they choose, some are not even choosing it. It's imposed on them by jeopardizing and making them fools. And still, even if they choose, it's only because of their pathetic condition. And you say, is this what they deserve? Is this kind of worse life conditions what they have been born for? Think again.